Okay, so I have a funnel glued in for space in the cup, and then I just went to nail a hole in the top, but it cracked the plastic. And because this is a prototype and it doesn't really matter, what I'm going to do is just put my glue gun. But I also had to cut the funnel because the funnel came with this like hang on the shelf piece that wasn't cooperating with how I want it to work. So, and I have this as my plunger on the funnel here for the noodles to push through, and I have a knob, but I found with when I put the knob on first, which was novice move, then it wouldn't fit for this to push through. So now what I'm doing is I am just using my glue gun to melt the plastic, and it has to be sitting on a floor. And I have another one of these, but I don't know how many I'm gonna go through for the prototype. So let's see. You say we're too youngin'. Okay, so it's working, it's pushing through. Come on, melt. Oh, yep, okay. No, actually, this is frustrating. Okay, well, I pushed it through. Is that what I want? It's through. Okay. So all I really care about at this point is if this can push through here, which it does. Okay, sweet. We're in business. Okay, so now this holds my liquid. This holds my noodles. This caps it off. And this, with applied gravitational force, pushes the noodles into the bottom chamber. So, that's what we got so far. Okay, I got my noodles. And I'm gonna put them in the funnel. And I hope they stay. Noodles have stayed. Okay. And they're draining still. Maybe that's good news too. Okay, so I think that I may have misplaced the washer. I glued the top together so things would like be level, but it's not quite level. And so essentially I would think that this would be kind of like a twist system here, and I did look at a whole bunch of PVC things and just, I don't know if that's where I am in the experiment, but basically there's the noodles, there's the liquid. I did leave the liquid from the noodle pour in there. I would probably remove that, but I think realistically it would be there. But I have as a question, does the funnel have to be cut so it's above the water? And I would say the answer would be yes, because the bottom of those noodles are going to get a little bit soggy, and then maybe also there's going to be some heat transfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plunge this, but I want to have something that sits on it properly. Come on. Okay. Press down. Noodles go into the bottom. Really? Okay, that didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the washers off. I'm going to take this top part off, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to step 1, and I'm just going to see if I can get the noodles to push through the funnel into the bottom. Man. Okay. Well, that's why they call it a prototype, right? And so now it's like, how does the noodles arrange? But if I arrange the noodles so they're already falling through the funnel, then that defeats the entire purpose of my system, and then you get the soggy noodles. And I don't know, because I thought the plunge, like I really was hoping it would just slide right through, and it didn't. Has it come through the funnel a little bit? Yeah, let's see. Not really. Okay. Would I eat these? Well, I'm eating them. But this isn't how I want to eat my lunch, you know? So, I have to cut the funnel to make the base wider so it doesn't touch the water. And then hopefully it'll push through. But I think I need something that will push through the noodles that has a smaller radius than this. Okay. So from here, basically what I'm doing is just slicing. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I have this piece now a little bit, like 1.25 inches smaller. So let's try it again. I have my noodles. Let's see if the noodles still fit in. They do. Okay, so noodles still separate in funnel and happy. I'm gonna forget about the top piece, making it an individualized component, as MarkRober suggested, to count the steps and realize what works and what doesn't, so you don't have to go back. But see, it's kind of like a little bit of like a dangly. There's a bit of a dangly. Ooh, okay. So push through. There's a bit of a squeeze. I'm pressing really hard. Are there noodles going into the bottom? Yes. So that means good news for step 1. However, is this me cranking it in and not having a mechanical component? Yes. And that's where my frustrations are. However, all I can do is just be satisfied. But look, there's not that many noodles, because perhaps this is where this finishes. And as much as I just figured they would just slide right through, maybe I need some sort of a smaller piece. Like I have this bottom to go cup. That was a little bit of an inspiration. So there's a plunger here, but then there's this top piece. So what about if this top piece was the plunge? Ooh, check that out. Ooh. Okay, winner. It's a little bit sloppy, but that's what soup is, right? Oops. Okay. I just want to see if all these noodles can get in there and what it'll look like. Okay. Okay, so essentially broth and soup. Are those noodles still edible? Yes. Prototype, thank you for telling me so much information.